What military regulation saved your life unexpectedly? Army Regulation 670-1 seems stupid until it kills the guy standing next to you instead of you. We were 3 weeks into deployment in Afghanistan. Hot as hell, middle of summer. Everyone complained about the uniform regulations. Full sleeves rolled down, body armor properly fastened, helmet chin straps secured, made you sweat like a pig. Private Johnson was always cutting corners. Rolled his sleeves up when sergeants weren't looking. Left his body armor loose for better airflow. Never tightened his chin strap because it gave him headaches. Regulations are for garrison, he'd say. Out here, comfort keeps you alert. I followed the rules. Not because I loved sweating through my uniform, but because First Sergeant Wilson would smoke anyone caught violating dress code, even in a combat zone. July 15th, we're on patrol through Helmand Province, temperature hitting 120 degrees. Johnson's got his sleeves rolled up again, body armor hanging loose, helmet wobbling on his head. That's when the IED went off. Explosion lifted our vehicle 3 feet in the air, shrapnel flying everywhere, twisted metal, burning fuel, chaos. I woke up face down in the dirt, ears ringing, taste of blood in my mouth. Uniform torn but intact. Body armor cracked but held. Helmet dented but still strapped to my head. Johnson was 10 feet away, unconscious. Arms covered in deep cuts where his rolled up sleeves left skin exposed. Shrapnel had sliced through his loose body armor, puncturing his lung. Helmet had flown off completely when we flipped. Piece of metal the size of a dinner plate was embedded in the ground right where his head would have been if his chin strap had been secured. Medics worked on him for 20 minutes. Loaded him on the helicopter. Critical condition. Touch and go. Doc told me later that my properly fastened body armor deflected 3 pieces of shrapnel that would have killed me. Long sleeves prevented dozens of cuts that could have caused me to bleed out before help arrived. Johnson survived. Barely. Spent 4 months in military hospitals, medical discharge, still has trouble breathing. He came to see me before I rotated home. You know what's funny? He said. I complained about those regulations every single day. Said they were pointless. Now I get it. Those rules weren't written by some desk jockey trying to make our lives miserable. They were written in blood by soldiers who learned the hard way. Some kid in Vietnam probably died because his sleeves were rolled up. So they made a regulation. Another soldier in Iraq lost his helmet and got killed, so they made that chin strap mandatory. Every stupid rule we complained about, someone died for it. I started looking at military regulations differently after that. The reason you can't have personal electronics in certain areas, some soldier probably got killed when his phone gave away his position. Why you have to maintain proper intervals during patrol? Because some squad got wiped out by a single grenade when they bunched up. The regulation about keeping first aid supplies in specific pockets, someone bled to death fumbling around for bandages in the dark. Every rule that seems pointless has a body count behind it, written by people who watched their friends die for breaking protocols that seemed unimportant at the time. Johnson and I keep in touch. He works for the VA now, helping other wounded veterans. Always wears his shirt buttoned to the collar, even in civilian clothes. Old habits, he says, but I know better. It's respect for the regulation that he ignored, and the soldiers who died to create it. When new guys complain about uniform standards, I tell them Johnson's story. How a loose chin strap almost cost him his life. How proper gear saved mine. Most of them listen. Some don't. The ones who don't usually learn the hard way if they're lucky enough to survive the lesson. Military regulations aren't suggestions. They're survival instructions written in blood by people who didn't make it home to tell the story themselves. Follow them religiously. Your life might depend on a rule you think is stupid.